All right.
Hello.
Welcome, everyone, to the Watchtower. It is Watchtower Wednesday.
Watchtower Wednesday.
We have a real fun show for you guys today. I'm very excited. We have some special guests. Here's one. We'll introduce this guy in a second. Don't worry, I'll get to you, okay? We're here. Let's talk about a few things. We have Mr. Matt Gilmore going to sit in with us for a few minutes to talk about effects in a moment. Then we're going to have Pete Actipis.
Sure, whatever you want
Coming in to talk about Gorilla Grodd. And then everyone's favorite, Mr. 16-bit Stream, Steve Brownback. 16-bit. We'll be talking about Firestorm and
They're written right here.
I was getting there.
Okay.
They aren't written right.
No,
Those are different
that's
characters.
completely different altogether.
And here's the other deal. Right now, in the chat, we have a new moderator. Her name is Jen.
Oh.
So Jen has moved on from the desk to now being a part of the moderator stuff. So if you guys say anything bad,
She's going to be like, out, banned.
hammer.
Hammer.
Let's say hi to Mr. Matt Burke.
Hey guys,
Hi, Burke.
That's Jen's line.
I can't say that, I'm sorry.
Hey, Matt.
How's it going?
Okay.
Hi, Burke.
You know, I thought maybe you had worked on that a little bit.
No.
We had talked about it.
He's already talking too much.
I almost like it in a way. You're a heel. You don't like him right now.
No.
Okay, I'm a fan. I'm glad to have you here. We miss you, Jen. Thank you for being a moderator. Let's get down to business. Mr. Matt Gilmore.
Hey, man.
This is Matt Gilmore. Everybody say hi.
How many
Hi.
more times can you say his name?
A lot.
Okay. So, Matt Gilmore.
So
Why stop now?
why? I'm going to keep going. Matt Gilmore, you work on effects.
Yes, I do.
Which stands for what?
That's effects.
FX is short for effects.
Got it.
So you have a team here.
I
that you
do.
work
We've
on
got
effects.
we've got Matt O'Neill and Sean Lantis also, and so we do anything that kind of doesn't fit into the other categories. If it's smokes, if it burns, if it drips, if it oozes, like anything that's kind of
You're the
a
guys.
peripheral thing, we take care of that stuff.
It's really exciting to me because, like, what we've talked about this, like, when you first see a character, you see the character, right?
Yes.
And they look good.
They look amazing.
But to give them that personality, to give them their power,
To give them life.
that comes to you.
Power is effects, yeah.
Power is effects. So let's talk real quick. How long have you been here with us?
I started at midway in the coin-op days on NBA Showtime.
Woo! NBA
So-
Showtime.
Well, and you told me that you saw some people playing it this week.
I saw one up and running in an arcade over the weekend with a family camped out on it. It was really nice to see.
A single
Nice.
tear roll down.
You betcha.
Nice.
Just the one.
So you've been here a while.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we're going to talk today a little bit about effects. So let's just kind of go through what effects are. We're talking powers.
Yeah, like everything from, like powers that come with special moves down to the
Footsteps, right?
The foot puffs that come up when you land on the ground, or even
Even super moves, you've got big effects in there as well.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's all-star stuff right there. Even down to like ground damage. We work together with the environment guys to throw decals that leave craters on the floor.
Sure.
Okay. So
If
what-
effects weren't there, do you think people would notice?
Well, they definitely would, and part of that is that it's a part of gameplay too. I mean, like the attack shows you like, should this hit? How far does it reach?
Right.
It kind of shows you where the hit volume is. It shows you, was that a hit or a miss? Did I block it? We use it a lot to communicate gameplay as well as to make things look flashy and
Which I think is really fun about your job is that there are things that, like, if it wasn't there, it's like, why isn't Firestorm on fire? But
Sure.
there's other subtle things that if they were missing, it'd be like, people would kind of notice, but they're so subtle that they add that sort of just flavor and spice to the game.
The
Like,
depth.
yeah, like you talked about, like when somebody lands on the ground, you see smoke and debris pop up.
Yeah.
Like just adds, it makes the game more three-dimensional.
Right, and if you do a heavier hit to the opponent, a different kind of debris will come up as well. So, I mean, you can actually see the different damages even just based on the effects alone.
Right. We're gonna go through a couple of different characters and talk about some things. So let us first go through a character we're gonna see more of later. Well, let's go to Firestorm gameplay and just kind of take a look at him. So Firestorm,
Firestorm.
he is on fire.
Yes, he is all the time.
Right.
Wow, you nailed it.
So that's a challenge, obviously, for someone who does effects. We discussed this earlier about how that works. So go ahead and kind of walk through that.
Yeah, it's always been something that we've dealt with characters throughout all the games, that they've got ambient effects, and one of the challenges with that always is that it's really different. Well, like one of the biggest issues is always our characters move really fast, and our game moves really fast, and so we need fire that looks good both when he's standing still and when he's in rapid motion.
Right.
So
Or jumping and floating as well. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of movement to each one of these characters.
And not only the
Yeah.
fire actually has to move in the correct, like, scientific direction that fire would.
yeah. But then, one of the problems that we run into if we just kind of start doing it the way we would expect to is, they move fast enough that they leave the fire behind them.
Right.
So you want it to stay with them, and you don't want to leave these little puddles of fire lying around either. So on Firestorm, there's actually a piece of cloth on his head that you never see. We turn it off so it doesn't draw, but there's a cloth sim that fire is riding on, so that it always moves. Moves when he jumps, but it also moves with him when he moves across the field.
Right, because you explained it earlier. It's a almost like a wizard's hat.
Oh, it's a wizard's hat. Yeah.
It's a wizard's hat.
It's a pointy hat
that you never see though. So once the game starts, it doesn't draw, and that fire is connected to that.
Yep.
But they never see that. So there's
That's
tricks
right.
like that to kind of make things work really well.
Yeah.
I think that's really neat. Another thing about this is you want to make it look as good as possible, but there's also some limitations in how much you can do.
Frame rate is everything,
Right.
and so it's the most important thing is always that we can't drop frame rate when we do it. So we have to we're getting away with as much as we can up until it starts to become a problem for gameplay.
Right. So there's a balance beam you're on,
Absolutely.
and you're like, it's got to look great, but it cannot slow the game down because then the players are going to start noticing, and that affects how they play.
That's right. Yeah. There's a technical side always.
Right, but being badass is very important.
You betcha.
And he is the king of badass.
King of badass.
Now, also, what you'll notice too with the effects is that they have lights on them. I believe you're running us through that earlier as well.
Yeah. We've got some of the things that have been added since Injustice 1 when we're on the new consoles is we've got the ability to vary lights into the effects. So you can see the fireballs lighting up, flash as they come at them.
You can see on the floor as well how it
You
has
see
a
him
trail on
travel.
the ground.
Awesome. I think we want to. Last week we talked a lot about Flash, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys pay attention to the internet, but the Flash was pretty popular for seeing his super move.
I hear that.
And you had a lot to do with the super move.
We did the effects for Super Movie.
Again, as we talk about this, just so everyone knows, everyone in this building has a lot to do with the super move.
Absolutely,
You have
yes.
a big portion of it as well. So we kind of want to just play it again and sort of maybe watch it once and just kind of explain some of the stuff that happened during the super move and the sort of how it came to be.
Sure thing.
Cool.
Here we
Derek's
go.
gonna do it.
So the single biggest thing that was an issue for us on the Super Move is that so much happens in such a short amount of time that there's a lot of importance given to just making sure that it's really clear, and that and so the time tunnel. For instance, we did a lot of variations on just trying to get down to something where you could read the characters really clearly against it. There were some versions that looked really nice. They were well executed effects, but it was hard to read the characters against them. And there were.
I'll say that this is the first super we've done that involves two different timelines. So just explaining that by watching something that lasts
12
seconds.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah,
with that.
there's a lot of attention just to give into. Is it clear? Is it confusing? Do I, do I get a really good feeling at the end of I understood everything that happened as it was happening?
And that's what I thought was
So
cool because this one was very high level. There's a lot of stuff going on here, but the first time I saw it, I was like, I get it.
Yeah, that's yep.
There's actually a guy on Reddit who talked about this, who explained what happened, and then he explained what would happen afterwards. And eventually, every other Flash and every other timeline would eventually hit his enemy every other time.
I believe that.
So yeah, it's on Reddit. It was incredible to read.
Matt, was there any character that you thought you took more work or was harder to implement?
Yeah, definitely one of the ones that took a lot of extra effort was Dr. Fate, because the way that I was introduced to Dr. Fate was that he would never just punch a guy. Everything that he does is magical. So even his most basic attacks have effects associated with them. So it was, more effects than most characters take. And we went through a lot of iteration with Pete Actopus, who you'll talk to in a while. Was the designer on Fate, and so we iterated a lot on firstly just having to start with effects from the very, very beginning, from the first attacks,
Right.
and just making sure that stuff read clearly, that it communicated the hitboxes, that it was very clear whether that should have hit or not.
And you can see all the little magical symbols that are buried in each one of the effects. They're all very, very different as well.
And that's cool. And what I wanted to talk about as well is that everybody in this building, no matter what discipline they're in, even if the highest level technical discipline, everyone here is an artist.
You bet.
In a way, right? Besides me, everyone here is an artist, right? So one thing I really like about what you do is that you get to take chances and make choices with what you want things to look like as an artist. And I think what we had talked about is Black Adam. We're showing here kind of one of the first times on a stream, we have Black Adam here.
Yes, we do.
Outstanding.
Yes, we do.
So, His character power, his orbs. You were
My
talking
favorite
about those.
of the my favorite of the lightning orbs right there.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Yes, that was that was one of my favorites. So the idea that the lightning orbs would be something that you could unlock different versions of, and that you get you'd get different looks to it. Was sort of a really interesting thing because typically what you'll go through is, we're going to have a lightning orb, and what's the best version of that you can think of,
Right.
and let's do that. But in this case, it was, what's the best version of that you can think of? Now let's do a lot more of those.
Right.
Times
And,
10.
Yeah, and keep going.
So you heard it here first. Black Adam's accessory is his lightning orbs.
I don't
So-
think we should have
Right on.
told people that.
I think they don't know. So,
Done now.
so what happens is you make a really cool one, and you can't be like, let's make something less cool.
Nope, no. It's
Right.
and so yeah, we got concept artists involved. We worked a lot with Tony Goski, one of our concept artists, to put together some different treatments. And some of it just came down to technical treatments of like what we know what we'd like to do, but what can we do, and what limitations of frame rate, what can we do performance-wise, what can we do just
And you
technically.
generally think lightning is going to be like one color, right? But you guys managed to mix this up completely, and there's
yeah.
a lot of really cool Seth orbs, I believe is what they're called.
And for all of you who have been asking if Black Adam can be without a cape,
Bam!
well, there it is right there for y'all. He can be without his cape. And while we're here, before you go, I think we should maybe look at his super and talk about that for a second.
Whoa, whoa,
Outstanding.
whoa.
What?
I completely agree.
Let's do that.
Let's do this.
Outstanding.
It took a lot of time to build that, and a lot less time to destroy it.
Obviously, a ton
Always
of
does.
cinema work, and effects work, of course.
You bet. And also a lot of procedural destruction that the environment team does, where they do a lot of pre-simulated stuff that they put in there. So that gives us a great foundation to start building on top of as well.
And did you build the lightning bolt there? Was that?
Yeah, the lightning bolt was really tough because we're looking along the length of it. So a lot of the usual visual tricks that we can get away with, we couldn't get away with there.
Right.
So it ends up being this full 3D mesh object of a lightning bolt that's then dressed with a lot of other electricity.
Which looks pretty phenomenal because it destroys a pyramid.
Right, and even like the impact of initially when they hit that pyramid, I mean, that's all effects driven too.
A lot of that also is the environment guys doing simulation stuff. And
Teamwork,
doing
guys.
fantastic work.
Teamwork
You bet.
makes
Great people.
The dream work.
Yes!
Yes, it does. Cool. Well, I think that gives people a little eye into what you do. There's obviously a lot more.
Is there any shout outs you want to give?
Any shout outs?
Well, all the effects artists, Matt O'Neill, Sean Lantis, and also we shouldn't forget Jeff Larkin in Mobile, who actually came over to help us with some stuff. And
Nice.
he's
Great.
another great guy.
So great. So that was Matt Gilmore talking about effects. We're next going to show you a trailer from The Flash that we showed earlier this week in case you haven't seen it, so we can get some more guests in. But thank you so much to Matt Gilmore for coming by, talking about effects.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Matt.
Grodd, you lost weight.
Prepare for your demise.
Nope, just your sense of humor.
All right, everybody. We have Pete Actipis here.
How do you say it?
everybody?
How do you say the last name, Pete?
Actipis.
I was close, right? I was
Actipis.
close.
That was really good.
That was really good.
It's good.
So before we get to Grodd,
Yes.
Right. We're gonna answer some questions.
Okay.
So just sit there and look nice. If you have, you can join in, but not too much. Because I want to give because you don't know the stuff we shouldn't be giving away yet.
All right, fair enough.
But here we go. We're gonna go through some questions real quickly for everybody. You ready?
This is my second favorite part of the
Second
show.
favorite part of the show. So questions are: do characters from Zyfox, one of the best flashes out there,
I've heard of him, yes.
do characters have different health values when competitive mode is on?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Because it's your base stats. So people start off with different health, different defense.
Yep.
So each character has different initial stats.
Yep. Robert Byrne asks, how many pieces of gear do we get from one mother box?
Ooh, that's a tricky question.
It does. Because it depends on how, what level
What
of mother
quality
box.
of mother box? Yes.
There are different versions.
Yes, there are 4 of them. Are we talking about them?
Nah.
No? Oh wait, hold on. There's 5.
Okay.
I was whoo.
There we go.
There's 5.
So it depends on the quality of the mother box.
Yep.
Question next. 3, yeah?
Yep, that works.
Nerdinizer. Is there a way to get gear in single player? We get this a lot.
Yes, we do.
One of the main sources to get gear is in single player.
Yes.
And we keep talking about this mode. We haven't talked about it and whatnot.
But it's super fun and super good.
Very funny. You can get some really cool, rare stuff from there.
Yes, absolutely. But we're not talking about that.
But it's happening very soon, as I say a lot. Again, we talk about the gear stream. It's coming. We're still working on it. Hopefully next week we'll see what happens, okay?
Well, next week we've got...
Right.
Yeah.
Might not be next week.
Right.
We'll talk about gear soon. Don't
We'll let
worry.
you know. We'll let you know.
I may have lied to you at one point.
Don't trust him.
Don't trust me ever. This is about Premier skins. We're getting a lot of
What
questions.
number is this?
4, I think,
5D?
4 or 5, yeah.
Okay.
We're getting a lot of questions about Premier skins, and we're going to leave a lot of those to kind of when the game comes out. We want you to be surprised by some stuff.
Yep.
But people are asking, one we get a lot of is, will there be some males who get female Premier skins? Like, we don't have those in right now, mainly because it causes a problem for hitboxes.
Correct.
For female to male.
Yep.
So just, there's that. Next question. Will we get gear online if we lose?
Yes, there is a chance that you'll get gear because it drops.
And that's Nerd Boy Supreme asked that. It will drop, but here's the deal. You'll get rewards too. You get credits and other things.
Yep, performance rewards.
Yes. Here's one thing though. If you rage quit,
Nothing.
no gear. Where's the next one? Here we go. This is a big one. People have been asking this a lot. Comic Croc on Reddit asks, will Green Lantern's shaders change the color of his constructs?
Yes, they do.
They do. They do.
But we shouldn't really talk too much about that, should we?
Well, we've already answered the question. So yes, they do, and it's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Will Living Towers return?
No.
They
No,
will
it will not. But it is replaced with something pretty awesome.
Yeah, there's something very similar. Not very
No,
similar.
wait,
at
wait,
all.
no.
No, it's not.
Wait, oh.
It's very different, actually. I want to show them it.
Yes.
That will hope. We want to definitely do that before launch because there's a lot of stuff to talk about with these.
Yes.
They are.
There's some amazingly fun things to do
Yes.
that we're not going to talk about today.
They're towers in a way, but also very different.
Yes.
So very excited about that. Next, are all interactables like unblockable?
Environmental interactions, you
Yes.
mean?
Sorry. Are they unblockable?
Not all of them.
Not all of them. You have to experiment and try those out. Some are, some aren't. Like, let's say somebody throws a truck at you.
You can't block a truck.
Right.
But there's only one time you can use that truck.
Right.
Right. Moving on.
Will there be a beta coming soon?
No. The game comes out in like 30 days? Something
Yeah,
like
the
that?
games come out pretty
Pretty soon.
quickly.
Yep,
So
pretty soon.
we're going to say no on the beta, but we will have the game out very soon.
Right.
We're very excited for everyone to play it.
Maybe we could be like, yes, but in 31 days.
Right.
Yeah.
So here we go. That's the questions for this week.
Some good ones, some hard-hitting ones.
Real quick, just some housekeeping notes. The stream next week might not be on Wednesday.
What?
Yeah, I know it's tough. It might not be on Wednesday. It might be a different day. So please follow all of our social media, and we will let you know. I will say though, as we have mentioned, Poison Ivy
Yes.
next week.
Question.
Yes.
Will Burke still be here?
So far, he's doing pretty well.
I don't know.
Burke, have you made any mistakes yet?
Probably.
He talks too much.
Yeah, he's real talky.
Well, hold on. Also, you can digitally download the Injustice comic book.
Right.
Right? And be sure you pre-order.
Yeah, pre-order again.
Absolutely. Pre-order the game, get Darkseid, get the Ultimate Edition.
While we're here, this is interesting. We have so the comic is out, the first issue, right?
Yep.
So if you pay attention to our Twitter here in the next few minutes, there'll be a tweet that talks about the comic book, and we'll put a picture up of that. If you retweet that, we will send random people. The rules are on our forums. You will get the first issue of the comic via Comixology. We'll send you a code so you can read it online.
Can I get one?
No, Derek, you can't. So just retweet that. It should be up very soon. Cool. Now, let's move on to the stuff people are here for, right?
Let's do it.
We're going to talk about Gorilla Grodd, a character I've been wanting to talk about for a long time.
Yes.
Is this him?
Yep.
Good. All right. So let's talk first about just design.
Yeah, so Gorilla Grodd is 800-pound gorilla. He's probably about 10 feet tall or so. Super strong, super smart, he's agile, and he's got some psionic abilities. He's like the total package in a way.
So
he's like me.
Well, I don't know about that, but I guess.
stealing my joke when you saw where I was going with it. Go ahead.
Well,
So-
so you're closer to 800 pounds.
Yeah, well.
Makes sense.
You know, he's not a trained fighter like Batman is, right? He's more animalistic and wild. Obviously, he's a gorilla, but we wanted to translate that in his moves as well. So a lot of his moves are like these full body motions, really kind of primal and like ragey type moves. Along with his strength, like he also feels, because he's so smart, that he is so much better than his opponents. So he kind of wants to just not only hit them and move, just destroy them, but just pure dominance is what he wants to do.
And it's a really cool line you're going through because he's very strong and powerful and feral almost.
Yeah.
But he's also very smart.
Exactly.
So two different ways to play.
Right.
So let's, but they work together.
Absolutely, and you'll see him shine within like the medium to close range. You know, he's really got some good tools to kind of get in close because he's not really a zoner type guy. He's
Right.
rush down more or less, or just kind of just get in your face. So you know, we can see some of those moves.
Right.
All right, let's do it.
Let's talk about it. So let's start with sort of his some of the strings he has.
His normal attacks.
His normal attacks are really cool because a lot of them involve grabs and throws
Absolutely.
and can be meter burn.
Absolutely, yeah.
So let's start with some that, like we have the this one's super awesome.
I love this movie. Yeah.
Have
So
to choose them out,
this is, you know, feral right there, right?
Right.
He's like eating his face. So.
which can also be
Meter burn to an
monkey flip
extent.
them over you. Which
Monkey
is
flip.
awesome.
I think he would be offended by that.
He might be.
Mm-hmm.
He also has. What else we got?
You could do the 2-2-3.
2-2-3 is an amazing move. Let's do the bite again real quick. And these are all just good rush down maneuvers. This pushes him back.
Right.
A great pushback maneuver.
And the one away throw.
And just like you were saying, Pete, like he's swinging those arms
Oh,
around, right? Like,
Absolutely.
and which is giving him also good reach on some attacks as well, too, which is great.
Now that's his standard 3. Now that's a 3 hit right there, which is
Right.
pretty cool.
And let me go through real quickly my favorite move he has, which
Sure.
we just showed, which is the clothesline, right?
Right.
But you can also meter burn the clothesline. Oh, missed
And
it.
miss a combo.
Miss a combo.
There you go.
Don't get used to it, everybody. And then finish
Go
a
into the
combo.
monkey
So-
rush.
Right.
And he does a fair bit of damage. He's a big bruiser.
Yeah, once he gets in, you're in trouble.
But so keeping him out is a great idea.
Absolutely, but he's got tools to get in.
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't monkey around.
Oh.
Huh? Ah.
All right.
All right, moving
Okay.
on.
One of my favorite moves is it's not like a combo maneuver, but one of the things I really like to do is do this back two.
Yes.
It's a really good,
It's good utility.
a nice range to it, and it also kind of gives a little bit of a stagger so you can come in and throw. I mean, it's not a combo, but like you can really mix people up that way.
Absolutely.
And something that people don't know is a thing we call in the building the secret sweep. So he has this down one right there, his little poke.
It's pretty quick
He
too.
also has, oops.
A leap.
He also has a leap that I just
Which is
did.
a secret sweep.
He can also go
Yeah.
further with his sweep by lunging at the opponent.
It's great reach.
It's a good
Awesome.
long-reaching sweep.
Awesome. Let's discuss a little bit some of his special moves.
Yes, absolutely.
Who do you
So
wanna start with?
let's do the stampede since we kind of saw that.
Right.
So, you know, this is really good if you're far away and you really want to get close. The nice thing about this is you can cancel this at any
Right.
time.
So I can.
Oh.
And it's a good move for players who play this character because the way it kind of resembles a little bit of his forward dash. So you might confuse people like, is he dashing or not?
Absolutely.
So then you can do something like this, come in, hit him once, come in, cancel, and then get in for a throw.
Or your secret sweep.
Or secret sweep them, which is important. There it is.
But what's really nice is if you meter burn that, he really picks up his speed. He'll get to his opponent real quick, and then if he hits him, you know, you do this like
Right.
pretty vicious combo on him.
Yeah, so I didn't know he's faster.
Yeah, he's much faster.
Yeah, cool. He's much faster. So that's a great move for him. What else do we want to go through here?
We could talk about the leap. That's another good
leap,
one to get in
yes.
close.
So he has a huge leap, which he can do from different.
Yeah, you can push back or forward to kind of change the distance on it, how far he goes. And during while he's airborne, you can press one of your kind of your face buttons to do a different attack, right?
One of your air attacks.
Air
primarily?
attacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's not all either.
Tell me more.
You can do. I was too close. I didn't do it right. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the throw button, right?
Right, which also another. I mean, this guy. If you have some meter, you're going to do some damage.
That's right.
Because he can also
Yeah.
flip them up too.
Yep.
For some more continuation. So.
Great. He also has a ground pound.
Oh right.
It's a pretty short range move, but if you're pretty far away and you really want to poke the guy, you can meter burn that,
Right.
and it travels full screen.
And you see the ground sort of lift. That's
There's
awesome.
that effects team.
Effects team.
Going back to the
Going
effects.
do it again. And also like just doing things,
Yeah,
like one
absolutely.
It's a real good mix-up tool too.
And for the most part, too, with Grodd, you're going to want to do your combos that end with leaving your opponent next to you or as close to
Right.
you as possible, right? And so ending it with that ground pound is really good so that you can get back onto the
Right.
opponent.
Absolutely.
We didn't show what it was. Just this. His throw.
This is my favorite move.
His throw is just. It's so Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah.
So Gorilla
So
Grodd.
Gorilla Grodd.
Man, that's Gorilla Grodd.
Also, shout outs to Kondak. One of our newer stages you get to see here too.
No, have we not shown this?
It's been in some trailers.
Okay.
But here it is, Kondak, everybody.
Ooh.
Talk about his trait.
His trait, yeah, his character power. So here it is. He
Gains psionic powers here. So a couple of his, you get some new strings.
show some of those. Here we go.
Yeah, so towards 2 throw. Right, it's another kind of in your face.
Right.
Great.
That's a good combo ender when you have that on.
Yes.
For sure.
And then towards 2, 1.
Boom.
Yep. And then also, kind of from here, he gets the ability to do mind control, which you showed, which is down back to you.
Yep.
Yeah, and this is cool because if you meter burn that, you can just run in and you got this huge
Right.
advantage on
He
it.
makes them hit themselves,
Absolutely.
which is amazing.
And it gives you a special power that's got really good reach as
Yeah.
well,
Yes.
right? So I mean, you can get them from a good distance, mind control them, rush up, and go into combo.
Yeah, if you're kind of stuck in that medium zone, that will, or a little bit further, that will really give you some opportunities. He also has a psionic lift. That's a good one.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Is this, that is, we're talking...
Down, down, 1?
Down, down, 1.
So from here, he has this like mode where he has this little floating ability. From there, you can kind of dash forward or back to gain some mobility.
Right.
But you know, you can cancel out of that either by pressing down, down, or if you want to do like a medium range burst, press 1.
That did the wrong one.
Well, that's fine too.
Yep.
So 1, that's really nice because it's pretty quick and it hits really far.
Right.
So you could kind of dash past and then
Right.
hit the 1, and then you can cross them up and then do stuff. 2 is the ground pound there, and you can meter burn that. What I really like about the meter burn is it's full screen pop up, so you can be really far away, be up in the air, come down and pop it up.
So we'll do something like... Boom.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
And knock him down, get in, do more damage.
Do whatever you want to do.
Right on.
But let's say you really have a problem with against zoners.
As big characters,
It's
do
generally
enough.
do
fair
that,
enough.
yeah.
Like if there's not enough tools for him, and someone's just really like fireballing you or whatever, throwing whatever at you, if you turn on your trait and then you have this
Down, down, 3.
savage strength move, you'll eat projectiles for like quite a long time.
And then that gets him back in. So you're getting zoned out here. Turn it on, and I'm just walking in.
Yeah, do whatever you gotta do.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
good.
powerful.
It's
Pretty
like,
powerful.
It only lasts, a certain amount of seconds, and it only happens when his trait is on.
Correct.
So you gotta pick your timings.
Yes.
So definitely a super cool character. I've been playing with him a lot. We've had some matches.
We
We've
have
had a lot of fun with Gorilla Grodd. Awesome.
You want to show his super?
His super, right.
Let's do it.
His super is awesome because it's just like straight up brutal.
Yeah.
And he uses both brains and brawn during
That's
it.
right.
So let's see that.
Oh, you comboed into it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks,
fancy.
man.
I didn't think you could. Shows that animal side of him. He's still animal on the inside.
Debo305 on Twitch just said, I found my main. Everyone seems to be really enjoying Gorilla Grodd right now.
Great.
So good for you.
So you know what? Maybe we should show him some more stuff then.
Oh, we do have some cool gear setups ready to go.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna do one more combo
Oh,
there.
yeah, okay.
So I'd go to. I
Nope,
always do
nope.
it wrong.
There
I
you
always
go.
do it wrong.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
You got to show off the way too, some of its utility.
Oh, the wings. Oh, right.
In there.
So first off, you want to flip stance him? So
There we
can
go.
See this amazing
Looks
gear,
so
right?
golden with the we got the green horn there. It's pretty awesome.
The emerald horn.
Emerald. Yes, it's emerald. I apologize.
That's all right. I mean, he's royalty.
We were talking about the way too as
Yeah.
well. Like this is really cool. So you can actually like do this sort of thing, and then restand,
Stand, yeah.
which is awesome.
Which is important
Sturdy,
to
yeah.
his game.
Yes,
play,
exactly.
Right?
There are also combos which they're doing in QA. I can't do one today, but it's because it's a little challenging for me. But I'm getting there, where you can actually set this up into a throw,
Yeah,
and
I've
then
seen that.
I actually just did it. So
Wow,
that's really
I can't
cool
believe
too.
You did it.
Oh, and the cross-up leap?
Yeah, this move here. When you,
Yeah.
yeah. So his 2 spins around, so you can actually cross up with it really easily, and then jump over them and cross up too. So
He's got a lot of fun tools.
let's check out some of the which moves did I add here.
I don't know.
I gotta find.
Well, it probably isn't a new combo.
Is this the anti...
Let's see. Let's try this. Not that.
No.
Steve wrote them down. We're gonna find them real quick, unless we somehow didn't get them put in.
Well, you know.
Oh right.
Let's see.
I don't think they're put in. Actually, I think we may have made a mistake and not have them put in. So that's not on Matt Burke. That's on me.
Can we
I
blame
would
Burke
like
anyway?
to still blame Burke for it.
We will blame Burke for that. Let's take a look at another one of his sweet costumes.
Absolutely. What else does he have?
We have some really cool. This next one is my favorite one. Let's take a look here. Just
Ooh, I like the skulls and
skulls
spikes.
and crazy stuff.
That's what I usually wear on the weekends. Skulls
Right.
and spikes.
So he has some really neat gear. Yeah, they did not save. So
Well, either way, we got awesome looking gear for Grodd.
Right.
He's got a lot of really great abilities that he has as well. So, like, one of them that we're not being able to currently show is his anti-air grab, which
Yeah.
really does help out for his gameplay.
So he's able to have an anti-air grab. He actually, my favorite thing, which maybe we'll try to get a GIF ready of that, is his throw. He can actually meet a bird and hit and swing more and more and
just
more.
keep
It's
beating
pretty
them back and
ridiculous.
forth.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So he does have a lot of cool, just more stuff to get in there and do damage. Sorry we weren't able to show you all those. I messed up. That's on me. That's not on Matt.
Way to go, Matt.
Way to go, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Nice job.
But you know, maybe we can put out a nice trailer.
Right, maybe we can.
Maybe we can.
So, Pete, anything else you want to talk about Gorilla Grodd?
No, I think he's pretty fun, so I'm hoping everyone enjoys him.
Yeah, I'm a big shout outs to the teams who put him together too, because like the fur looks amazing.
Yes.
Like he just looks awesome. He's one of those characters like when he's in your hands, he feels powerful. Like
Yeah.
he feels really, really strong. So awesome.
Very good.
Oh, that's- yeah.
So who do we have coming up next?
Well, we're gonna show you a very special trailer right now.
Ooh.
For one of the characters that we're gonna show after. We're gonna show you a bit of Scarecrow for the first time.
Yes.
So Matt, let's show that, and thank you very much, Pete.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
You belong in Arkham, Scarecrow.
So I can break out again.
So you can get help.
Panic is warped.
All right, so we have our good friend, Mr. Steve Brownback, 16-bit.
16-bit! Hey, everyone.
How's the tournament scene going for you?
It was going well a couple of years ago.
Wow, that's low.
That's just fun to talk about, right?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. let's look at me and Steve. Let's talk about Scarecrow.
Scarecrow, yes.
So what do you want to talk about it for?
Well, Scarecrow
is scary.
He's very spooky. His mid-range game is definitely scary for the opponent.
Ooh, good one.
Okay.
He doesn't really fall into a standard archetype.
Okay.
He has very good range, and then he has a lot of wacky, unique special moves.
Good.
So let's just get right into it.
Yeah, let's go for it.
We'll start off.
Let's start with his combo attacks.
Right. His combo attacks have a lot of range with his sickle. His back three has a ton of range. His forward three is an overhead that reaches almost all the way across the screen.
So would you say this is the longest reaching forward three?
This is the longest reaching forward three in the history of Injustice.
Okay, very good.
Now, the trade-off is they're not very fast and they have a lot of recovery.
Right.
So if you're a player that likes kind of a slower paced, but you want to keep the opponent away, he'll be a great character. He also has forward medium attack, light attack, hard attack, which is a very good long-range move. It's a mid attack.
And it advances you too.
And it advances him. He goes forward. He has a low attack with good reach for a low attack that ends in an overhead.
What a mix-up.
Hey, can you show the trap real quick? I don't think we've really seen that much.
Well, he's a power character.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, cool.
You know, he could have just given me control, but instead he's like, no.
Oh, trap.
Oh,
my foot. That's my second favorite interactable in the game.
I think it's actually, yeah, my second favorite too.
Okay, cool.
The crocodile's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So he also has like a good knockdown string. And he has strings that have overheads and lows in the middle. He's not really a character that opens you up with overheads and lows. They're more part of his combo attacks.
Right.
So if you land like the first hit, you're gonna get
Then the opponent has to go lower overhead. It's not the initial hit.
Right. So you got to really learn his combo strings to fight against him.
And then he has forward one is this long range headbutt, which I love.
Whoa!
Look at that.
Nice.
Nice little
And you can see his sweep has a ton of range. It's probably the longest range sweep attack.
Jeez.
His uppercut has a ton of range, so it's a great anti-air. His jump attacks have great range. He's kind of one of the masters of ranged combat in this game.
Controlling space.
Yes.
He's in a weird way a melee zoner.
Right, that's a good way to describe him.
Yep.
So we can go into, oh, he also has a really cool throw. I love how he just drags you down. All right, so his special attacks, we'll start off with Death Sickle, or Death Spin, which is a multi-hitting attack, and he can actually advance with it. He can go forward, or he can retreat if you want to intimidate the opponent. And this can be meter burned into a combo start.
Wow.
And then you get a back three.
Or do you?
You do.
Do you?
Man, this is scary.
You're really landing it right now.
There you go.
There we go.
All right.
So this is like his main combo starter. If you hit his low, you can go into it. Pretty much anytime you're gonna, you can use it as punish. You can go into it. It's like the main way you're gonna extend your combos.
Gotcha.
Then he has his gas puke, and this move you can actually hold down to extend it. So you can do a short one and be safer on block, or you can do the full one. He also has a gas burst, which is a quick, somewhat safe burst that you can use to end strings. Like if you think the opponent might block, or if you want to just knock them away to go back to your ranged attacks. And he can also do this in the air.
Ooh.
It also has it'll do a slight dot damage, and it has another use that involves his character power we'll talk about later.
Okay.
He has this hook attack, which is a great combo ender. It'll knock him down.
Leaves it right next to you.
Leaves him right next to you. It
Right
does
in
a
his
good chunk of
range.
damage. And the meter burn does even more damage and looks absolutely awesome.
Oh,
A really nice dose of fear gas.
so cool.
Yeah, so that's definitely one of his best combo enders. He has a teleport. Since I said earlier his moves are on the slower side and have a lot of recovery, if the opponent has long range or projectile attacks that are very fast, he'll get beat out. So if you're struggling to get in, you can actually use this teleport to go right
And
behind
it
him.
just drops into fear
Right.
toxin and comes, yeah, that's awesome.
He can also use it for tricks. You know, you can knock them down, then they're blocking the other way, and you go in.
You're fighting a nightmare at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty scary to have this giant creature show up right behind when you're trying to use your batarangs. He also has a command grab, which is what I said earlier, where he doesn't really fit into an archetype because he's not a grappler, he's a long-range character, but then he has a grapple, which is, in my opinion, one of the cooler moves in the game.
Because there's his, you've seen both versions
Yes.
of them.
You can
How is
see
this possible?
through Jonathan Crane's Fear Gas, anything is possible. Your worst nightmares come to life.
Oh my.
And he has some really good tick throws. His down 1, his standing 3.
Explain a tick throw real quick.
Well, a tick throw is when you do a normal attack, and then you special cancel into the grab, and if the opponent keeps blocking, they'll get thrown.
Right.
So the opponent has to make a read and jump out, or do a meter burn back 3, or attack them, or backdash away. It basically means you do a normal attack and you combo into it, and you can't just keep blocking. So then once the opponent starts to try to jump out, so I said this is a good tick throw. Then you can start doing the actual string, and if they jump out, they're gonna get hit.
Awesome. That's one of my favorites.
That's definitely one of the cooler
really
strings.
cool. So let's any other special moves we want to talk about?
Or should we break down that gimmick?
That
Or
character power. Come on.
Oh, he also has this energy wave.
Oh.
And this will actually absorb projectiles. So again, if he's struggling because his moves are on the slower side and he's getting zoned out by batarangs, he can use this. And the meter burn one will do a double one, and it'll knock them far away.
I wish I could throw batarangs, but I'm not.
And you
allowed
can
to
actually
push
combo off this. Once it
Derek
hits.
would like to throw a battery.
Can I throw batarangs, please?
No.
See how fast he did that?
Yeah, I'm not very fast at it. There you go.
There you go.
Bam.
Beats projectiles.
Whew.
Super
Steve is a
cool.
professional. That's what I like about
Yeah.
Steve.
So he has great tools to keep you away where he wants to be. He has pretty good tools when he gets up close, and he has good tools if you're trying to keep him away. So at full screen, he's at his absolute best. He's a total nightmare.
Good one.
Gotcha.
Character power. His character power is his fear meter. You can see it at the bottom. So how it works is you activate it, and he gets even scarier. And now he starts doing dot damage when he's close to the opponent. So
Dot
they'll
damage being?
damage over time. They'll start taking damage just by standing next to him. And you can see that it's filling the fear meter. Now, you're not expected to get a full fear meter on just one dose of this poison. You can see I almost did. So the idea is you keep fighting, and then you activate it again, and you get a chunk. Now it's full. Now you can see it's glowing green, and it's draining.
Whatever does this do, Steve?
This does Traumatize, which is a full screen ground pound.
Ooh. Now, is that guaranteed damage, or?
All the follow-ups are guaranteed damage. The actual ground pound is blockable, but it's very fast. It reaches all across the ground. So the idea is once you build up this fear meter, which will take you a little trouble, you have this ground pound active.
Which they are afraid of
They
the
are
entire game.
Yes, and then you sit on it. You make them fear them. You wait for movement. You look for a little twitch, traumatize, and then you get a big combo.
That's really cool.
You can also use it as combo extender. You don't have to do it from far away. You know, you could if you hit this, just go straight into it and then get a big damaging combo from up close.
Wow. Oh, dude,
That's awesome.
that's cool.
The dot damage isn't the only way to build a sphere meter. His Scarecrow gas also builds it. So if you do this move, this one,
Sorry.
you'll see it's also building it up as it hits.
Oh, so anytime the gas hits.
Anytime he hits with a gas move, it'll build it up as long as it's active. So the idea here is when you feel like you're comfortable in a good position to get in, you activate it, you start getting close to them. And just by being close to them, they're going to take damage. Like you go for a throw, which wastes a lot of time with it and does a lot of the DAT damage. You can start ending your combos in this move to get it up. Then when you get it, you can go back to playing full screen, back to controlling space. And the opponent knows if you throw a batarang, if you try to do a back 3 or dash in, you got to look out for that ground pound and you're in a lot of trouble.
So once it's full, you don't actually have to activate it right away. You can just sit on it.
Right, you can sit on it while it's draining. And the opponent sits there and they know they got to try to wait it out.
That was a lot of damage.
That was a lot of damage.
That's a lot of
Really
damage.
cool.
And then his super move.
One of my favorites.
The beginning of this super move is just amazing.
She rips a hole of reality.
And at the end, he puts them into the.
It is their own grave.
Without,
Go visit your parents, Batman.
Wow, that's
What?
Yeesh.
like, did we really have to go there?
I think we all know what happened.
Sorry.
Wow.
All right. Well, you know what? It's just Scarecrow brings the worst out of me.
Yes, you're right. You're right. So that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
kind of your walkthrough, basically, on how Scarecrow works.
That's
I
the
think-
basics of the default loadout Scarecrow.
I hope a lot of people really enjoyed seeing Scarecrow, but we do have. You put these together, actually.
Some loadouts?
Some loadouts. We have some really awesome loadouts for Scarecrow. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah, in my opinion, Scarecrow has some of the top 5, I'd say, gear in the game. Very, very cool stuff.
I'm glad you're numbering things in your head.
Yeah, well,
Good.
as you know, I have a rating system in my head.
Right.
So here we go. Sort of like you went for a bone.
A
theme
bone
here.
themed, the bones of his victims.
Ooh. His victim was a horse.
Yeah,
So his accessory there is his accessory his hook?
it is. And you can now see it has a bone on it, and you'll see another one later that's very,
Don't
very good.
spoil it.
All right, so the first ability we're going to show is Soaring Murder, where you notice he has great range, but he didn't really have a standard projectile.
Yeah.
This replaces his energy wave move with crows.
His Fearfurno.
Yeah,
Murder.
a murder of crows.
crows.
And the Meterburn one is even more crows, and it's a knockdown. They also move a little bit slower, so you can kind of follow them. And this gives him a traditional projectile. The regular one's pretty fast. The Meterburn one takes up a ton of space and is a mid. So if you're playing a match where you're really struggling against projectiles, even with his projectile absorption, you now have a projectile on your own.
Nightmare Eater on Twitch just said Scare Horse confirmed.
Ooh.
I mean, it's apparently dead.
What's on his other arm? Is that just a giant bird mouth?
I think that's a bird mount.
Oh, wow.
If you guys
He killed a
recall,
pterodactyl.
in The Dark Knight Returns, Batman actually rides a horse. So my personal headcanon right now is Scarecrow killed the horse and made armor out of it to scare Batman.
That is not Injustice canon.
No, that's
everyone.
my personal headcanon.
Do not think that is Injustice canon.
That's-
Steve Brownback. I love your head canon.
Yeah, that's my headcanon.
Right.
Wow.
Cool. What else do we give him?
The second ability we gave him actually enhances the Fearnado, and it makes it slide across the screen. It will absorb a projectile still, and then it actually becomes a projectile, and it's a low-hitting, very fast projectile that you can use. So this loadout in particular I made to be an anti-zoning loadout. This is the loadout that you would use against like a Superman or a Deadshot or Dr. Fate if you want to go in and use your own projectiles. Or you could use it against the character we just saw, Gorilla Grodd, or any other grappler or brawler like Swamp Thing that has trouble against projectiles.
Right.
Awesome.
Now, I like this one. The next one's my favorite.
Yes.
You don't have to switch them up.
It's okay. It's just force of habit. Don't stop him.
Yeah, don't stop him. Don't stop
All
him.
right. Wow.
Plague.
Plague Doctor.
So cool.
So
Yeah.
I have to say as well that I love Scarecrow's gear.
Yes.
He's got some of the coolest stuff. I love the gas mask. Am I allowed to talk about a problem? Oh well,
Yeah,
it's too late.
There
It's
it
too late.
is.
But he's got some of the most unique gear of building that whole nightmare feeling of him or fear.
Yes.
This one is legit scary, and he's wearing a tie. So this is sort of business casual.
Also a little,
Plague
yeah, it's a
Doctor.
little casually. I mean, casual. You know,
Yeah.
he is a psychiatrist.
Right.
Right.
So he's
He
got
is a
business-
doctor,
yeah,
right.
He's got business.
Well, the stream just went nuts. So
Okay.
that's good. So what we got
So,
here?
in theme with the Plague Doctor outfit, I gave him his move Plague, and this, that's who we've already seen.
Yep.
It replaces his Fearnado again, and it gives him this B attack, which comes up from the ground and then is a combo starter. So this is a great move for use against anyone that likes to hit buttons on the ground. It'll regulate them. It'll get a combo. Look at the range of that. That's good. That's a good move.
Now, what we've talked about too is that some of these gear-related abilities will take up more than one slot.
Right.
This one does.
This is a 2 slot. This is
Yep.
such a good move. To balance it out, it'll take 2 instead of 1. So, the kind of metagame here is the Plague is a great move, but if you use this, you can't equip another ability. So if you really like the low sliding Fearnado, you can't equip these at the same time. So, and that's why we have multiple loadouts. So you can actually make 3 different loadouts they have. This is the one I use against projectiles. This is the one I use against grapplers. This is the one I use for matchups that are favorable to me. This is the one I use because this move just looks awesome.
Right. And that, to me, that's important to me.
Yeah.
I want to look
Look
cool,
awesome.
and I want to do cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's fine, right?
Yeah. No.
No, that's totally valid.
Do you want to do his super again? Because it's super fun.
I do want to do it again.
Oh, you can see him up close too. and it's the. That's what's cool to me is the super has the gear.
Yeah.
Like that's awesome,
Yeah.
and probably a challenge for the team. So nice job, everybody.
Way to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's
Scarecrow.
It's part of
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow. There's still more.
Oh,
but
there's
we're not
more.
going to show it.
There's more.
We're not showing
That's
it.
just a
Oh, yeah.
tease. That's just a
You looked
tease.
at me all like, what are you talking about?
Wait,
No, that's
all
pretty
we
much
talked
it.
about. Yeah. there's
Honestly, this is a family stream, and if we showed everything, it'd be too spooky.
It would be.
too
It would be
scary.
too scary. Let's move on to let's talk about some Firestorm.
Okay.
Firestorm coming up.
Very excited. Matt, you're doing well. You can say thank you.
Please don't.
Thanks.
Oh man, he is not happy about it.
approaching Arkham Asylum.
Guys, can we give some shout outs on stream to Matt Burke doing a good job on his first stream? It's not over yet. He still could break things.
Yeah,
So-
what if there's some kind of catastrophic meltdown?
Huh, there could be.
Speaking of catastrophic
I
meltdown,
knew it was a transition. I knew it.
Let's take a look at Firestorm.
well, Firestorm is a really, really great zoning character.
A nuclear badass.
He is a nuclear-powered badass. 2 minds are better than 1. So that makes him good, I guess. He has a really good set of normal attacks that they don't have the greatest range.
You want to kill the button inputs? Just to make it a little easier to see.
Nope. Price options.
I do that too sometimes. There we go. Cool.
They don't have the best range, but they do have overhead and lows in them. This one ends in a low overhead. This one ends in a low. He has a pretty long string here that you can use to end combos.
So what do you think? What's his game style? What's his game plan?
His game plan is to keep you far away and to build up his character power, which we'll get to in a minute.
Okay.
So let's go over his special moves. One thing I'll note though for later, this is his best overhead attack, which splats them and it just does a little nice chunk of damage. So it's just a decent overhead, but we'll come back to that later.
Okay.
So
Just
let's-
remember that we're going to come back
Remember
to that.
you saw that.
Yeah,
Okay.
remember you saw that. So his main fireball is very, very fast. It does a lot of damage, and it's a high. The meter burn one is a beam that does a boatload of damage and is extremely fast.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Definitely one of the better fireballs in the game. So once you've established your fireballs, you can use his Molten Trap, which is a really cool move that you have to control whether close, medium, or far. And if it hits, it stuns the opponent. You don't get a combo, but it staggers them, and you can go right back to your fireball game. But if you meter burn it, you get a second Molten Trap,
I'm not moving.
and now you get a combo.
And look at those awesome effects,
Yeah.
too.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Let's let it play out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's great.
plenty of time.
Yes. Yeah,
So
you
you're
have
there
plenty
for a
of time.
day. You're there for
Yeah,
a day.
and that's the idea, because he's meant to be played from a distance, so you can do it, and you have plenty of time to get in and do your combo. So this move is going to check the opponent who's trying to dash in, who's trying to just walk away. They're going to have to go low to block that, because it's a full screen low attack, and that enables him to go in. So you're wondering, how do you get in?
How do you get in?
He has this torpedo move where he actually turns into nuclear fire and goes all the way across the screen very quickly. Nuclear fire.
Nuclear.
Wow,
Not your typical fire,
Yeah.
folks.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nuclear fire.
He can also do this move in the air. So this is a really, really good move to close the gap very quickly.
And if you see somebody jumping, I
Yes.
got you,
If,
right?
if the opponent is trying to jump back to get away, it's a great move to beat that. Look at that.
Yeah, good stuff.
And it's a good move to use in the air to, you can get behind them, you can get away. And then you're saying, well, what if I have the life lead?
Our
and I'm-
players talk to themselves a lot.
They
sure do.
Yeah.
Wait, is that just me?
Hey, Steve, what if I have the life lead?
And you want to sit on it, right?
And I wanna sit on it,
But
yeah.
you're afraid. Superman does a lot of damage, right?
He sure does.
If he gets in, he could lose like half his
Nailed it.
life, right?
Right.
He has this energy shield, which does a buff. He catches on fire, and now he takes reduced damage for everything. So everything
Oh.
Superman does will do significantly less damage.
You see that super combo I just did?
Man, I'm very surprised you can do that.
And then finally, he has this burst, which is a big burst attack, which is, it's a great wake-up attack. It's a great move to use at the end of your combos.
And I'm just going to sit here and jump.
Thanks for jumping.
It also hits when they're not jumping.
It does.
And the meter burn one is actually a combo starter. You can get a back three, and then go into your combo. So
So
it's
you can do some real flashy stuff with all those tools.
you can.
I bet people can.
People can, not us.
His throws are my favorites. I love
Yeah,
that.
it's great. So earlier I said he's really good at keeping away and waiting for his character power to build. So it seems like that's probably a good time to talk about it. Should we? Or should we just wait for May 16th?
No, let's talk about the character power.
Are we taking a vote?
I vote for now.
I say now.
Matt?
Sure.
Cool.
May 16th.
Good vote.
All right, so you'll notice there's 3 bars and it's slowly building up. The way it works is it has 3 levels. And we're waiting for it to build up. And it builds up naturally over time. He doesn't have to do anything. There's nothing the opponent can do to stop
Probably turn
it.
that on
And
in the
his-
practice mode.
We can't.
His character power is not filled at the beginning of the fight.
You have to wait for it to fill up. Now, when it fills up, you hit the character power button, and he'll get powered up. This makes all of his moves do more damage, and he heals. You can actually see he's healing as he's going. So that's level 1. Level 2. Level 2 does the same thing, but a little bit better. Now he's healing for double, his moves are doing even more damage, and some of his moves get different reactions. Now, if you can get all the way to level 3, which does take a while, if this is something you're only going to be able to do once or twice a match, he really gets powerful.
Well, let's see it. So he's getting more health back.
And this changes a bunch of the reactions of his moves. For example, this is now a combo start.
Ooh.
All of his moves do significantly more damage. Look at his fireball. It actually knocks down, not just the regular one. And look at that.
That's heavy pushback.
That's a heavy pushback, right. All of his like, heavy pushback.
Everything is just stay away.
This is another one. This, normally, it knocks you down. It's a low attack. It's nice to mix up with his overheads. With his character power on, it actually becomes a combo starter, right.
And just something that I want to talk about, I'm really excited about. You saw Steve going into the options.
Yes.
You can now specially set different character powers to what you want them to be doing in your practice, so you don't have to keep resetting to do things, which I think is a really cool quality of life improvement that you put in.
As a Catwoman player, it's a great blessing to be able to have 5 scratches. Or Firestorm's a great example too, where you can start at level 3, so if you want to practice your combos, you don't have to wait for it to recharge like a real match. So the idea of Firestorm, your basic game plan will be, when you start off, he has great distance moves, and up close, he's okay, but it's nothing spectacular. But if you can get this level 3, if you can go the whole match without needing it, all of a sudden his up-close game becomes twice as good as it was. And he's a real threat, and the opponent is going to have to basically try to run away and let that run out so he doesn't have blue fire anymore.
And he has it for quite a while.
And he has it for quite a while. Now the thing is, maybe you don't want to wait for level 3. Maybe you want to heal. So maybe you're about to lose the round. It might be a good idea to go to level 1 or go to level 2, get a little health back, do a little bit more damage, close out the round. But you got to consider you're going to have a harder time getting to level 3 later in the game. So there's a lot of character power management here. When do you want to actually activate?
You got to make choices.
Right. And when you have built up a bar, you can hold on to it. It's not like Scarecrow where you have to use it. So you could sit on level 3 until you're comfortable and in a good position to use it.
Right.
Sure.
Let's show the jewelry.
Splicing atoms over here.
Yep.
So to me, I think ultimately Firestorm is going to appeal to very patient, methodical players that are going to be comfortable keeping people away and waiting for their opportunity. But then the nice thing is, once he gets this going, that's when you can get really creative. So the creative players that like the rush down, they'll appeal to them too. So if you kind of want to be patient, and then when it's your time, absolutely go in and go nuts, he's definitely someone you should check out.
I would say, if you're playing a grappler and you're like Swamp Thing, like the good thing is if you get in, his wake ups are fine.
Right.
But like you can do some serious stuff when you're up close.
Right.
Against him. So he definitely has a very distinct way that he'll play.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got that's special for him?
All right.
Ooh.
Oh,
I really like this color.
It's a
Inverting this
really
color.
cool one, yeah.
All right, so the first character ability we'll show is Melting Point,
Oh, whoa, hey.
which is a very quick 3-hitting attack. A lot of his special moves are like full screen moves or moves to get in. So this one is actually one you can use up close. It's a great combo ender. It's a great move to use to just push them away if you want to then use his full distance moves.
Right, because I mean, for the most part, he does want to generally stay away.
Right, until of course he gets his character power up.
And then it's party time.
Yeah, it also looks absolutely awesome. His other one that we have here is his Atom Bomb, which is a close, medium, and far bomb that he places on the screen that will then blow up. And you can do it from far, you can do it from close. So it's something you can put on the screen and the opponent has to look for it, and that, again, builds you time for your character power, and it can limit them dashing up. Like, maybe you think they're going to try to come in because of this, you can set it up, and they get pushed far away. And if they block it, they get pushed far away.
And again, this is only a taste of some of the moves he'll be getting.
Yes. So this is being a great move for every one of those methodical, careful players that likes to set traps and keep the opponent away. And then this one is the opposite. This is for the players that like to just go in, you want to just rush down, you want to do big flashy combos. Or maybe you like to do both, and you can equip both like I did on this loadout.
That's pretty cool. Pretty awesome.
Check what else you put together, Steve. I think you did good work on the gear sets, the
Well,
loadouts
thank you.
this week. Ooh.
I like this one, very futuristic.
I like the glowing matrix.
Yeah.
I would say that most of the things he wears are futuristic.
Thanks, Tyler. Thanks for the support.
I mean, right?
Let's put them in place.
Yeah.
All right, so I know what you're thinking. You've shown how great his range is. What about Deadshot? What about Dr. Fate?
Right.
What about characters that zone him out?
What will he ever
What
do?
will he do? Well, I have a loadout for you. This is Vaporize, where you can actually leave the fight line.
He can wow out.
He can wow out.
He's
Yeah.
out of here.
And you can hold this down, and you can be gone.
Where did he go?
Where did he go?
I don't know.
Still there.
But like, where does he go when he does
We don't
that?
know. We don't know.
He actually leaves our reality and becomes pure energy.
Is this headcanon again?
No, that's real.
Oh.
Okay, cool, cool.
And the second one is one of my favorites. It's the Air Ground Spark, where at any point in your jump, you can summon this on the ground. It's a low attack, and it'll knock them down. So this would be really great against maybe Superman does a heat zap. You jump up, you see it, and he gets launched up. And then the meter burn is even cooler.
Oh,
It's a
man.
double hit, does a big chunk of damage,
It keeps him up there for a
and
minute.
it keeps him up there. So when you combine this with his air torpedo, and his pretty good jump attacks, he can control the air if you have this equipped.
Wow. There it is.
There it is.
Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
Stuff.
I think that's
That is Firestorm.
that's
Firestorm,
fire.
yeah.
Should we show the super one more time?
I think we should.
Sure.
I mean, it's only
We
fair.
should? Okay.
We like to do them twice in different outfits, costumes, and gears.
There
All
it
right,
is.
there we go. Thank you, Steve, for that. What control? You have controller 1 on you?
This is controller 1.
All right, guys. It is now time
For birthday shoutouts.
for birthday shoutouts.
Oh, our favorite part of the show.
Our favorite part, isn't it, Tyler?
Yep, I love it.
All right, birthday shoutouts today. We've got a lot of MK-themed birthdays today.
Okay.
We've got Jackson Briggs. That's
Like
his,
the actual
that's his
major.
Twitter name is Jackson Briggs.
Okay.
And then we got Cameron A. Campbell.
Okay.
This one is Katana Jade Stickney, who turned 4.
Nice.
Oh,
Right?
that's
That's
great.
adorable.
That's
That's
great.
adorable. The Nerd Pack.
Okay.
Johnny Cage at A-lister Johnny. Amazing.
So Jax and Johnny Cage were both born today.
I don't think that's canon either.
Oh,
They,
okay.
they share a birthday. Robert Lathan.
Oh.
His is coming up.
Let me
And
get-
Warren. Oh, what?
Can we shout out to Rob Lathan real quick?
Yeah.
Robert Lathan, great dude. One of the reasons we're able to get these awesome builds that are different than our final build is because of some of the work that Robert Lathan does with some of our tech teams. So thank him a lot for these builds. Like, that's awesome.
If it was not for Rob, I would not be able to run my console.
I believe that.
Yeah.
That sounds about accurate.
And one last one. Warren Wilkes.
Oh,
Yeah.
the boss.
Love me some Warren.
We all spent a lot of good time with Warren.
We all did.
Yeah.
We all did at
Yeah.
some point. One of the QA manager.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
awesome. So we're gonna play. Let's play. You have the lantern. Congratulations. Who are you playing as? I'll give you a choice. Who do you want to play as?
Are we in practice mode?
Yes.
oh,
we
that
are.
could be a problem.
Yeah. So currently nobody.
Do
Multiplayer?
this.
Now, when you're talking about character choice, there's been a lot of speculation for you, Tyler. There's been some hinting.
Well, Derek, pick your character, please.
There's been some drama. There's
So
been
I can
some
pick
intrigue.
anybody,
You can
right?
pick anybody. Well, anybody, yeah.
Anybody that we've shown,
Yeah.
right? I'm gonna go with my beloved Harley.
That's interesting. There was no chatter about Derek picking Harley.
Yeah.
This is out of left field.
That's because I like to keep my stuff silent, you know?
Right.
I don't.
You do, wait, you like to be
right.
silent?
So
No.
I am going to play
That's not fair.
as Green Arrow in the gear that I've set up to look like Robin Hood.
That hat is tremendous.
Well, that's not fair.
Here we go. Let's do this.
All right.
And we're going to play. I'm going to go to the bar.
Let's go to the bar. It's only proper.
I'm gonna give you huge props on that hat. That's great. That's classic Arrow.
Hey, Mr. J.
Please don't call me that.
Whatever you say, Sugarbeard.
I love my Harley
Here we
outfit.
go.
All right. So we have an ice arrow loaded. Punching back.
I thought I was going to hit. And
Yeah. Let's see how you get out of the corner. So far, you're just not. Oh, there you go. That's the way. The stinger. Stinger's back.
Oh.
Ice arrow. Good combo.
No. You thought that was gonna hit, didn't you?
So did you.
Yeah, sure did.
Another ice arrow. Now, one of the most important parts about Green Arrow is obviously loading
Oh, no.
his character power arrows. And once he gets them, he becomes a much more powerful character. Hurricane bow.
Oh.
Ooh, down one. Still has a lot of range. Still a great poke. Ooh, the hyenas.
Oh, no.
They're hungry.
He hit it.
Good conversion.
How do I?
Oh.
No!
Very good meter burn back three. No combo, though.
Yes.
Interesting.
Nice,
Electric
nice, nice.
arrow. Electric arrow's
Nice.
loaded. You're going to have two of them. Ooh, pop, pop. Tyler playing very
Oh, no.
patient here, but Derek just keeps going in.
Derek just doing Derek stuff.
Yeah. Oh, back three. Raw back three. Hurricane bow.
No, I missed it again.
Meter burn stinger. All right. Tyler could definitely make a comeback here. Derek just blew all of his meter for no real strategic reason. I respect that. Ice arrow. And he's going to take a round.
All right, all right. Oh, a little fire.
Oh, that's great. Hyenas. Bud and Lou both coming out.
Oh my gosh. I keep
Oh.
messing it up. Oh no.
Meter burn back three. Making good work of that hurricane bow.
Oh no.
Oh, wow. Tyler on the early stages of a comeback here. Uh-oh, play doctor. That's going to do some dot damage.
no.
Raw back three again. What?
Oh, I missed
What?
it.
Oh. Here's time.
Kegs.
No!
Electric arrows. Oh, it's so close. Oh, that's going to do a lot.
No.
Oh, avoided it. Derek has no more meter. He's
Meterless.
definitely not going to
I'm
have
on
a
the
lot
ropes.
for a clash.
Oh no.
Bud.
Go dogs, go.
Lou!
Go. Who's on? Oh,
Oh! There's still electric arrow. Electric arrow.
Nice, nice, nice. I'm gonna play that one again. I'm gonna play that one again.
I think that was a good character choice. I think
Oh.
it took you a while to warm up, and then I think once you got going, I think you started off obsessed with the ice arrows.
Yeah, I just switched it up.
Right, but once you started switching it up, I thought that was very, very close. So we're just gonna have a straight rematch here.
You didn't let the character.
Sorry, yep.
This is too intense. This is way too intense for character intros.
Oh no. Tyler, who's on TV?
Ice arrow.
Oh no.
Oh, right on time, delivery.
Beep, beep.
It is very unusual that Ollie would choose to leave the bar.
Right. You're hitting that way more than you used to. You know what I mean?
Backhanded props.
Well, you know what I'm saying, though, right?
No.
Oh, meter burn back three. Tyler has absolutely made hay with that back three.
Sure has. Hey.
Bud, Lou,
Oh, that was a jumper.
That was the jumper.
okay. Ice arrow in play. Oh man. Oh, sky alert. It's not looking good, but this isn't the position you were in last time and you ran it back.
Yep.
No.
Oh, big ice arrow.
Oh, you know what I was trying to do there, right?
Just
Yeah.
go into that throw, I guess?
No, I was going to try to do the background.
Background bounce. Oh, good. Hit her out of it.
Oh, no.
Now Arrow has full super. Harley with the meter burn roll.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you said I had full super.
Oh. Bud and
No,
Lou.
nice. Oh.
They travel together.
Oh. Electric arrows. All right, a lot of hay was made into electric arrows last time. Oh, my
Come
God.
on,
What
bro.
a panic!
Oh no!
Oh. Okay. This is a very fast-paced gameplay right now.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, the sign. How's the weather looking?
Try to jump this stuff.
Well, everyone knows that's your pin. Oh,
Oh no, I'm dead.
this corner, this is trouble. Oh no, play doctor. This is a lot of trouble. Wow, 4-3. Just a raw
Just a-
4-3.
Just throwing it out there. Oh,
Meter
jeez.
burn back 3. This is anyone's game.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh jeez. I didn't do anything.
there's still an
off.
electric arrow.
Oh.
And there you go with the shock. Throw her out of the cartwheel.
All right, dogs, dogs, dogs.
No one's even thinking about clashing. Oh, that's it. No,
No!
no. Oh no.
Cupcakes.
Don't panic!
Cupcakes. Cupcakes.
Don't panic!
Cupcakes.
It's
Cupcakes.
Everyone's panicking. What? There's not doing
Cupcakes!
enough. What are you guys doing?
That was so dumb. Oh. Apple.
Bullseye.
You can hear people outside yelling about this match.
I can't decide if that was smart play or dumb play.
I may
or
want
like
to change my
50-50.
character here.
You want to?
No.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do this.
All right.
Yeah, you have to finish. This is, in my opinion, the most exciting match we've had for Injustice 2.
No.
Wow, very
Oh,
defiant
come
on
on.
that.
Oh, I missed it.
No. Oh, the tantrum. Oh my god, the tantrum. TV.
Who's on TV?
All right, again, Derek in
Cupcakes.
control in the early stages of the match. It's a repeat of what we saw last time. So will Tyler be able to stage a comeback here?
Oh.
Throws her out of the corner. Now she's in the corner. Very good reversal play.
No one puts Harley in the corner.
Oh, they both had the same idea, but Derek wins out. Throwing that scuba
no.
equipment.
Ah!
Oh, everybody wants back 3.
No.
Oh, the slide. Tantrum. The tantrum has a 100% success rate right now.
Yeah, what's the block on that?
Low.
The same as it. Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I've always been hit by it, so.
That's true.
All right, Bud and Lou. Oh, just Bud.
Oh no.
Oh no, accidental sky alert.
Oh.
Ice arrow hits. This is gonna be big damage. Kind of. Oh, the punching bag. Oh no.
No,
Oh
sir.
man, that ice arrow.
Oh no.
Okay, down 2. Chooses to let the combo go to get an ice arrow. Very smart play. Oh, wow, wow, very good dodging.
I
Bud
am
and Lou.
throwing everything I can at you.
Throw. All right, now, Derek has a sizable life lead, but Tyler has a sizable meter lead. So it's basically dead even, in my opinion. Electric arrow.
Cupcakes.
Oh, those cupcakes do a huge chunk of damage. Bud, no Lou.
Oh.
Oh, Lou gets interrupted. Jumping.
No.
Super. Raw super.
Nope.
Oh, it's blocked. That's a shame.
Oh no.
Down 1 throw.
Respect the bow.
And I'm sure the world wanted to see it too.
Electric arrow. Oh, the tantrum.
Oh, Lou.
Lou! Tyler is out of resources. He's out of arrows. He's out of meter. This is his last stand. Oh, finally! What a clutch block! They're both out of resources.
Oh no.
This is it. Oh no, no clash. Oh, what? The cupcake! Lou! Oh,
Nice,
man,
nice.
Jump 1.
Jump 1 for the win.
Good job. Good job. All right, good match.
I thought you both played well.
Good job. That was fun.
Yeah.
I got
Hey,
some
look.
work to do with him.
Yes.
I like playing him. He's fun.
It was a good first try.
Yeah, but that was my first try with him playing. I've done some practice mode. I missed some combos I really wanted to do.
Right.
There's some really cool stuff with electric arrow you can do now where you can keep them lifted and stuff like that.
I'm sure we'll do a breakdown of that at some point.
If we have time, you know. Okay. We have a lot of stuff coming up for you guys. Hopefully we'll have a stream next week with Poison Ivy. We should do that. Not sure of the day yet. Then there'll probably be a week break.
Wait, Poison Ivy?
Yeah.
Yes.
My hype is growing.
Oh.
And I'll give you one more character that we're going to do next week.
What?
Really?
And Steve, this one's for you. We're going to mess around next week
Yeah?
and go through Catwoman. Okay.
Oh gosh, I wish
You
you
know
never
what?
did that.
I don't. So we're still going to do Catwoman.
Be sure you pre-order Injustice,
Yeah,
get
don't-
Darkseid.
Please don't
Ever do that?
I want a small little GIF of that on our Twitter in the next 20 minutes. Is that possible?
It'll be there.
So pay attention to we got to follow Noobdy, follow Mr. Ed Boon, follow at Injustice Game, follow all of us. Guys, real quick.
Don't do it.
I got to. A round of applause from your homes for Mr. Matt Burke. Matt, you did well. There's only a couple more buttons to push and we're out of here.
Woo!
So we will see you next week. Poison Ivy, Catwoman, someone else to be named later. We'll see you then.
Bye.